Welcome back to the Boys Talking Ball podcast with your host, Matthew Riekoff. Today I am joined with the usuals, Joseph Steele and Jackson McMahon. How are we doing today, guys?
Doing swell.
Fantastic.
Doing good. Awesome. So today, I know we kind of missed it. It was a really big kind of topic and just many other topics surrounding it. But we are going to touch on the NFL draft and just the NFL overall over the past few months. So for starters, obviously, we're going to kick it off and just instantly go into the topic at hand pretty much. Shedeur Sanders, what did he fall to? Fifth round, sixth round?
Fifth round.
Fifth round. Yeah. Woo. You remember people were saying he was going to be a first. I was on the train of he was not going to be picked in the first, second, or third round. I thought maybe he'd fall in the fourth. Going to the fifth round was insane to me. I still think it was deserved though.
There was some people like 2 months before the draft that thought he could be number one overall pick.
Thought he would go
Mel Kiper.
Yeah.
Mel Kiper's a fraud.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, I mean,
short Sanders falling that far is crazy. And
Yeah.
Browns, I mean that Browns quarterback room is
very
nuts.
confusing.
They got
man.
like just not nuts like as in like it's nuts.
Like, what are you
I'd
gonna
love
do?
to be a fly in the wall in that locker room.
Yeah.
They got Flacco. Like what is he? 60-year-old Flacco.
Pretty much.
They got two glove Kenny Pickett. They got Deshaun Rapey Watson, and then they got.
No, he got cut. He's no longer.
And then
with
they
the team.
got.
Cut.
Yeah,
He got cut.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got cut. There we go. Good riddance. So then they got Dylan Gabriel, well, the fucking lefty Hawaiian guy, and then Diva Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, it's a messy
So
situation.
they have to cut. They have to cut one of those quarterbacks. It's got to be Kenny Pickett.
I don't know. I think it'll be Joe Flacco.
It's gonna be Dylan Gabriel.
You
I
think?
think
No
it'll
way.
be Dylan.
It's gonna. You think they're gonna? They took him before Shedeur.
I still think I think Dion's gonna get in their front office.
No.
He's gonna be swimming in there.
No.
I think it's gonna happen. It's the Browns. It's the Browns. If this was any other NFL organization, I would completely agree with you in saying that Deion Sanders is not gonna be head. But it's the freaking Browns.
I mean, Browns are gonna start off the year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 0-6. They play
They're going 0-17.
Bengals, Ravens, Packers, Lions, Vikings, Steelers, Dolphins to start the year.
They're going 0-17.
That's no.
And take Archie Manning.
Yeah.
God, I would hate to see.
Ooh.
God, I would hate to see him end up in Cleveland though.
Dude,
That's where quarterbacks go to
I don't
die.
hate Cleveland. I don't know, man.
No, that's
I
where
really
quarterbacks go to die.
Maybe, man.
It's like getting It's like getting drafted to the New Orleans Pelicans. Just you don't want to go there.
Yeah,
You don't want to go there.
I don't know, man.
Or be a Pittsburgh Pirate.
I mean, how do we feel like
Don't
about
do it.
like who do you think's going to be the starter? I think
They got to start. I think they start with Flacco.
I
think they go- I think they
maybe
go. I think they
Pickett.
go Flacco. I think they go. No, I think he gets cut. He's terrible, dude.
He's so bad.
Hey, that's Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
I don't.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, I guess. Kadarius Toney has 2 Super Bowl rings. Sky Moore has what? Sky Moore has 3.
Hey, Kadarius
talk
Toney
about
has
my
the
king.
longest punt return.
Don't you talk
Kadarius
about
Toney has
my
the longest
king.
punt return in Super Bowl history. He at least did something in the Super
Dude,
Bowl.
he had a
Yes,
touchdown.
but
Should have had 2 on that
I can't.
kick return.
I can't.
Or
I
punt return, sorry.
can't trust a quarterback that wears 2 gloves.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Didn't Ben
He's.
Roethlisberger?
I mean, no, he did not wear. He didn't wear 2 gloves.
I know
Teddy
he
Two
wore
Gloves. That
one.
was his nickname. Teddy Two
No,
Gloves.
no, Ben Roethlisberger. I know Teddy
Oh,
Bridgewater.
Ben
wore 2
Roethlisberger?
gloves.
I mean, he probably used gloves when he was touching women, but
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bound.
Probably gonna be in Hall of Fame. Yeah, don't trust quarterback 2 gloves. All it tells me is you have small hands.
Yeah. What are we
Take Bridgewater.
thinking about the Saints QB room? Moving the topic a little bit.
Spencer Rattler. Give that man a chance.
No.
Who else they got?
What's the worst that could happen? They get the number one overall pick and take
No.
What's his
Arch
last
Manning.
name?
No.
What's his last name? The guy
Tyler
they took?
Show.
Tyler Show.
Tyler Show.
I think he'll be half decent. I think he's going to be the starter. I think he has
They
a
probably
decent
started
team.
with
They're gonna
Rattler.
tank for Arch
They probably
Manning.
start with Rattler.
Well, there's been rumors that they're going to go grab Jameis Winston.
Then why would you take Tyler? Why would you
Jameis
take Tyler
Winston's
Show
with the
in the
Giants.
second round?
Yeah, they took Show in the second. He's going to be the starter. I'm telling you that now. Show's
I
going to
think
be
it'll
the
be.
starter.
I think they
Rattler.
start with Rattler. I think they start with Rattler.
There's also been pretty good talk around Show. I mean, he was the veteran of the group at what? He's 24. So, I mean, he has a good chance to hop in that room and instantly take over. I mean, maybe they start with Rattler, but I think he's had enough time to try to prove himself. I just don't think he was very good.
How do we
He
feel
wasn't
about
good
the
because he
Chiefs
didn't have his
draft?
best weapon. Because Derek Carr likes to throw hospital passes.
He does.
I like him a lot this year, by the way. Sleeper pick.
What about what do we think? What do we think about the Chiefs draft?
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big hater on Simmons.
Let's grade it.
I give it a B plus.
A minus.
I'd give it A-.
Yeah, I like that. That's
I think-
that's also coming from somebody who really hated the
Josh
Simmons
Simmons.
pick. Yeah, I didn't like the Josh Simmons pick. But
think,
now that he's healthy and he's going to be at training camp and he's going to be a go, I'm excited for it. I mean, we took our future, a guy that can easily be an All-Pro. The guy is very good, and I can emphasize that even more if I need to. Very good. My main concern
think I
was
need you
one,
to.
taking a tackle in a round that I don't think we really needed to tackle. And two, I think there was a lot bigger needs. And I'm not somebody who really thought that we needed a receiver. I think LB3 dropping as much as he did was a good sign. I thought we were maybe going to take him there. But we also still have Rasheem. We have a bunch of other receivers. I think the need, at least in my opinion, was possibly taking a running back. And I know that sounds kind of weird. I don't like our running back room. I don't like
We
it.
got it. Hey, Brett
That
Veach
guy would've taken
does
the
what
seventh.
Brett Veach does good, and that's day 3 picks.
Yeah.
I mean, day 3 we got Jalen Royals, which I think will
Royals
be a
is so good.
serviceable wide receiver. I think Jeffrey Bossa, linebacker from Oregon, good tackler. And then Brashard Smith. I mean, what a pick. SMU
Real.
guy. Him and Rashee Rice are going to get along. He was like, I think he had like 1,800 or 1,900 all-purpose yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's a great receiving back, which when I think about since
He was so good at SMU. I
God, I don't even
forgot
want to say
about
his
him. I'm
name.
not even gonna lie.
Matt Nagy has been offensive coordinator. When our offense runs well is when running backs can catch the ball. Isaiah Pacheco is not a good receiving back. Brashard Smith is going to be he's gonna be a little Jarek McKinnon-esque, I think.
I like that. I like that a lot.
He's
I think
also
he
a good
plays a
kick.
lot
He's
like
also
him too.
he's also a good kick returner.
Yeah.
He had like 400, 500 kick return yards.
Fast, very fast. He's very shifty. He's small. He plays.
I like
That's
it.
a
I
really
like him.
good, really good comparison as Jarek McKinnon for this team. Very similar
Our
body type.
our cornerback room is nuts too now.
Yeah, Noah
I like-
Williams is a guy I really
Not
like.
a lot of people I don't think like Noel Williams. I'm a little on the fence about it.
He's an
'cause
interception or bust guy. I love the pick. No reason not to take that.
he's gotten beaten in coverage a lot, and I
Don't
think we have the
hate moving
safeties
him
that
to safety.
I don't hate it. Maybe.
Let him
He's
ball
big.
hawk a little
He's
bit.
tall.
Yeah.
I like the edge we got from Louisville too.
Yeah,
Ashton
he's okay.
Gelati.
He's strong. If he can work on his moves,
He's quick.
He's
quick.
strong and fast. If he can kind of work on his moves a little bit, he has that really good spin. I know that. I remember that. He has really good face to contact spin. But other than that, he was an interesting one because he doesn't really have a very good swim move. He uses his hands really well, but I mean he really just has strength and speed right now. So if we can get him working with like Chris Jones, a very very good pick. I think he can turn into something really good, especially if he can add weight and become a defensive tackle. That'd be beautiful.
We got a great D-line coach.
Yeah.
Can't remember
I'm
his
very
name.
excited.
What's our T-Lions coach name?
He's a guy from the
Joe
Jaguars.
something.
Joe Schoen.
The Saxonville coach.
Joe Sholin or Coolin or something like
Joe
that.
Schoen.
Something like that.
And then we got the guy from Tennessee, Omar something, Omar Lott.
Yeah.
He's like a
How do we feel
short, kind
about
of stockier
Fulton?
run stopper.
I love that trade, that
I like
pickup
that.
on Fulton. Yeah,
I like that pickup.
Love it.
really good pickup.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Uh,
Matthew, I want to know your opinion on the San Francisco lineman that we signed for 15 mil a year. I want to know how you still feel about that.
bro, this was the main reason. I totally forgot the main reason why I personally really did not enjoy the Josh Simmons pickup. So you got guys available that you can go with. You also just signed a left tackle who I thought was pretty good. I thought he'd be pretty serviceable, kind of similar to what we already have when Jawan Taylor, but still somebody that's serviceable. They can work through it. We signed him for $15 million, man. 15.
Time for a
I
decent amount of money.
understand like maybe like a $10 million contract, bro. $15 million for a guy that's not even going to be the starter, in my opinion, at least, is the biggest waste of money ever. Now, I know Simmons probably wasn't the first pick that they thought they were going to take, but when he fell, he was there. They had to take him. There was no reason not to, but that was the reason that I was so against that pick, because you had already spent $15 million on a lineman. Now, I say that not taking out of account that we have had probably the worst line when it actually matters in football.
Mm-hmm.
That tackle position has just been obliterating to that team. So picking up some depth is helpful. I like it, especially with kind of the right tackle, left tackle situation kind of up for grabs, to be honest. I mean, Juwan is good, but he's been off. He's still pretty decent. He can block well. He's not doing what we want him to do with the flags and everything, but I mean, he's working through it and he's getting there, but you at least have depth now and guys that can come in and try to prove it. So I'm not against it. I like taking a guy that could end up being one of the best tackles in football, but he's got to stay healthy. And then you also have Jalen Moore, who you just spent $15 million on, so that it makes it a little difficult in my eyes, seeing that money be spent in areas when we could be looking for defensive linemen that are proven, or maybe even looking for linebackers a little bit. I like signing what's his name? Bolton. I like signing Bolton. Great sign. Loved that. But who's going to replace Drew Tranquill? Who's going to come in and be a difference maker, because Drew Tranquill hasn't really been that good. I mean, who's our safeties this year? We have Hicks. Reed went to Houston. We have Hicks and who? Who are our safeties?
Hicks and Cook,
Connor,
right?
right? Cook and Connor and Hicks.
Connor,
I
too.
like it. I mean, young talent. It could be really good, but you also don't really have a veteran talent out there, so it's going to be free and wide open, and we know that they've all had their struggles too. I mean, Cook is really good at intercepting the pass and getting to it, but he also struggles in the fact of, he gets beat a lot. You also have Chamari
Literally
Connor.
everything else.
Yeah. Hicks can hit, man. That boy can hit. He's got a hit stick on him. Another one is Chamari Connor. I really like. He came in last year and he kind of proved that he can be a pretty good slot guy, a guy that can stick a tight end sometimes, or stick anybody that needs to be stuck when it needs to happen. But he also can't be an every down back guy. And then you said we also had.
I got bold J Nick's prediction.
Say it.
Pro Bowl.
Oh, Pro Bowl prediction.
I think he's gonna make Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I like
Bolton?
that. Yeah, Bolton.
J Nix.
Oh, Hicks.
No, J Nix.
Oh, Jaden Hicks.
J Nix.
So you're
You'd
high
have to
on
get a
Hicks.
lot of interceptions for that, if I had to guess.
I'm extremely high on J Nix.
I like that. It's a good pick.
And that's
like
a good
Brian
player to
Cook.
be high
I mean,
on.
we have a really underrated defensive back room. I really like what we could do. I miss Snead a lot, man. I really miss Snead.
J Nix
McDuffie
McDuffie
only
is the most
started.
underrated player in football.
I think they make J Nix the starter. He only started one game last year. He played in all 17. He had 3 picks, 29
And the Saints just love
tackles,
taking our
3
safety.
tackles for loss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think J Nix could be. I think he's gonna be our best safety.
I just love how we take Houston's safeties and then the Saints take our
Yep.
right after we're done with them.
Oh wait, did Reed go to the Saints?
Yeah. He did.
Yes, that's where he went. They're
His
literally our
hometown.
little brothers, man.
Widoway.
So funny. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They have Binky,
Tyrann Matthew.
Tyrann Matthew, Justin Reed.
They had
now.
Daniel Sorensen for a little bit, didn't
Yep, they had Sorensen. Again, they have Binky. God, I miss him so much,
they?
man.
They do, yeah.
What kind of big offseason moves happened this year?
Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers.
I wouldn't
Aaron
count
Rodgers,
that as
Steelers.
big anymore.
He's
DK
calling
Metcalf
it
to
his
the
last
Steelers.
year.
Yeah, he has
We're never
said
gonna
this
see.
last year.
We're probably never gonna, unless it's a playoff game. We're probably never gonna see Rodgers respond.
It won't be a playoff game. They're not making the playoffs.
Hmm?
Tomlin's not
I-
that guy, man.
Tomlin's going to get them to a 9-8 record. Still going to playoffs.
I hate the Steelers.
What else happened? Diggs.
Diggs to the
Gotta talk about
Patriots.
To the Patriots.
Gotta talk about
And Cardi B.
Diggs, man.
What happened, brother? What
Glad
happened?
we steered away from that. You don't know about him?
And Cardi
The
B?
No,
old-
I know what happened.
old-
His pink stuff on the
the
boat.
old- Yeah, the old peak stuff.
Oh man.
Fun peaks, man. and
Now he's mentoring guys like Jalen Polk.
him and Offset going at it, beefing.
I'm trying to think of other. I mean, literally the Bears, the whole O line is pretty
Justin
much
Fields
completely
is going to be
new.
the starter for the Jets now.
Dude, I have some sleeper picks for this year if we want to do that. I have some big sleeper
yeah.
picks.
D-Hop going to the Ravens.
Mhm.
Sad.
Yeah, shocker.
Here, do we want to do
Did,
some? Do we want to do some
Makes
fantasy
sense,
sleeper
though.
picks today?
Did you guys see that Deontay Johnson, he
Signed
was
with the
with
Browns?
Baltimore last year? No, when he was with Baltimore last year, he refused to play in a game. It was 42 degrees outside.
What? Is that
Really?
true?
He refused to play in a game last year because 42 degrees outside. Thank God he's in Cleveland now. So much warmer than Baltimore.
Who did?
Deontay Johnson. That's why they released him. Because he
Really?
refused to play in a game and it was 42 degrees outside. So thank God he's going to notoriously warm during the winter to play probably his last 2 years in the league.
Probably.
I don't know. I think he'll have a good year. I have some sleeper picks if we want to go over those at all.
You are just going to say that Garrett Wilson's going to pop off with Justin Fields. Deontay Johnson's going to revive his career. Say that Brees Hall's. And then you're also going to say that Jalen Polk, Stephon Diggs.
What about
Not even close. Two are
what
right.
about
I
all
think I
the
was pretty damn close.
what about all the money that the
Miller!
It's not mine. One of us. One of us. One of us.
dog? That's fine.
One of
Chihuahua
us.
rat.
One of us. One of
I
us.
was gonna say, what about
It's not just me.
Can you still hear?
I
Yeah.
don't, it doesn't bother me, but yeah, I can. You want me to actually go for a little bit?
What about Geno Smith
Oh yeah.
going to Las
Yeah,
Vegas?
Las Vegas. He's playing with Pete Carroll.
What a contract, by the way,
Yeah.
that they gave him.
Mm-hmm.
2 years, 85
$85
million.
Not as bad as Brock Purdy's contract.
66 guaranteed.
Wild.
I mean,
Yeah, Sam Darnold to the Seahawks too. That's crazy.
I forgot that Vegas has got Genty now.
Yep, traded for Genty, Max
Gotta deal with
Crosby.
49ers
that.
have-
Gotta deal with that for 2 games a year.
49ers
For a
have
while.
doomed themselves with all the money they just threw Brock Purdy. They've doomed themselves.
I don't know. I think he's serviceable. I think he can do what he's paid to do.
But he
George
ain't.
Pickens going to Dallas.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
DK going to
intrigued about
Pittsburgh?
Dallas. DK in Pittsburgh's wild.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see that. That's crazy to me.
Remember when he said he didn't want to get traded to Kansas City because he didn't want to play in the good weather?
DK?
Pittsburgh worse.
Yeah, yeah.
He plays in Seattle.
Remember he tweeted out because
Well, Seattle
Chiefs
doesn't
fans,
really
I guess,
get that cold.
he tweeted out because we were saying, or like Chiefs fans were talking about how we should trade for DK, and he said, "I heard it gets cold there. Y'all might want to stay bundled up. I ain't going there." and threw up like a peace emoji.
Yeah,
Now he's
I
in-
mean,
Fuck,
dude,
only
Now he's
one
in
of 'em.
Pittsburgh.
Wait, weren't
Only
him
one
and
of 'em.
Chris Carson and all them taking their shirts off when they were playing against us and like flexing?
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
proceeded to get belt to ass.
Yeah, we destroyed
Yeah.
them. Oh my god, that was the Jarek McKinnon game,
I
right?
was at that game.
I think Jarek McKinnon.
I don't know if I'd say it was the
busted.
Jarrett McKinnon.
Another big
Holmes
news
Holmes
happened this
fucking he had
offseason.
that pylon
Devontae
touchdown.
Adams went to the Rams.
Rams, hella.
Right. Cooper Cup to the
Cooper Cup went to
Seahawks.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to
Jeez,
think what else happened.
Checking.
Mac Jones signed with the 49ers.
McCorkle, yeah.
Mac Jones.
Gardner Minshew to the Chiefs.
That guy, yeah, there you go. Mac Jones and Gardner Minshew are like born to be backup quarterbacks, which
Literally.
I mean is great. Like,
I mean,
I'd almost rather be a backup than a starter.
100%.
oh, absolutely. You get to
Chase
get paid
Daniels
to have
said
a
it was the
headset
best
and
job he ever
clipboard.
had in his life. Sit
Mac-
back there and make.
Mac Jones is getting paid like $5 million a year just to be Brock Purdy's backup.
Yep.
Literally. I kind of feel bad for Mac though, because like,
Where didn't
how
Debo
are you
Samuel
supposed to?
go somewhere different?
Oh, Washington.
Washington. That's right.
Washington. That's right.
Oh my
I was
gosh,
thinking
did
about
you
the
guys see that
49ers.
video of him? Oh my
No.
god, bro.
He's-
He
I
added
think
so
he's-
much weight.
Yeah.
Bro's a fatty. I think they might be having him playing running back though. I think him and Eckler are gonna have like a really interesting role this year.
Him, Eckler, and BJ or whatever
Yeah,
his
dude,
name
that'd
is.
be insane. You line up Eckler and
Brian Robinson.
you line up Eckler and Debo in that backfield. Nobody. Oh my
We got
god.
Brian Robinson too.
Yep.
Brian Robinson, yeah.
No,
the
I'm
guy that
just
got
saying
shot.
in the passing game.
Yeah.
That'd
hmm
be wild. Oh my gosh, especially with Jaden Daniels, there's gonna be so many packages with
Ooh.
that.
You could run a nasty little RPO triple option with
Jaden and
Daniels
yep.
or Jaden Daniels and like Debo and Brian Robinson or
Even Eckler.
Eckler. Oof.
Eckler running routes.
Dude,
with
the
Debo in the
RPOs are
backfield.
gonna be.
And then you got Scary Terry on the end.
The RPOs are gonna be
Basically the tight
crazy
end.
up in Washington.
Oof, that's gross.
We need a tight end.
They got-
They had a decent.
My ball sack hurts.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
they
hurt.
do.
Got Zach hurts.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of, wow, what a breakout year!
Revival.
Revival,
Dude,
not
that
breakout,
was crazy.
but that was insane.
Yeah.
How do we feel about the draft? What about the order? Genty to Oakland. We're gonna have to deal with that for 2 years.
Jackson Dart surprised me.
Dart to
You know what
Cleveland.
surprised me the most is Will Johnson falling to the second round. I get he's hurt. He was like the best corner in the draft, and he fell at. That's just insane to me.
Yeah, I didn't really like Will Campbell to New England. I was kind of against that, especially that early. I think maybe
What
they
about
could have gone with
Shamar?
Mason Graham.
Yeah.
What about Shamar Stewart? He's like refusing to play with the Bengals.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
He's
Yeah,
like
dude.
he's just like I'm not gonna play for him. Something to do with the contract. Something to do with like the wording of the contract.
Oh, no, it's because of what happened with oh my gosh, with Jermaine Burton. Now that Burton's been a lot better if you guys have heard anything about that story, but last year Jermaine Burton was just an idiot. I guess he went to the casino like every single night. I guess he like spent all his money.
Real.
I think he hit a woman. That's real to you, huh?
Never mind. Not real.
Rough.
Not
Not
real.
real.
Rough.
Not real.
Mike delay. Mike delay.
I think he hit a woman presumptuously. But I guess with his contract and how that all panned out, the team was kind of like, okay, we got to watch out for attitudes. And now Shamar Stewart's sitting out. He's like, I'm not fucking signing this contract because there was like something about like if you decide to sit out, you can't play. So Shamar Stewart's just like, yeah, I'm not fucking playing.
It's funny. I think I saw somewhere that he's a Chiefs fan too. That just kind of makes this a lot funnier.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it says the Bengals are attempting to include a clause that void future guarantees in his contract.
Yeah, it's really weird.
While Stewart wants his contract to mirror those of previous first-round picks.
Yeah, the Bengals are really being stupid, man.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, you signed Three offensive
80%
players of what 500 mil
yeah,
combined.
three of their players make up like 80% of their salary cap.
I mean, they were just
Wait,
fine with
Did
one
T
Super Bowl
Higgins get
appearance, and
signed?
then yeah,
Yeah,
dude, like 4 years, 100 something mil.
Oh shit! I didn't
yeah, they
even
got
know
this.
that.
Yeah, dude,
I mean,
Wow.
all their games are gonna be like
it's gonna be like
they're gonna
55 to
yeah.
43, and they lose.
Unless they can draft.
Which knowing the
Jeez,
Bengals.
Joe Burrow's cap hit this year is 91 million.
Oh wow,
Ah!
they
Yeah,
were
they're gonna
fine
be
with the
And then
Super
cutting a
Bowl
lot.
appearance, I
Jamar
guess.
Chase is 50.
Yeah, they were just
I don't
fine with the one
understand why you
Super Bowl
wouldn't trade
appearance.
Higgins, bro. You have guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drafted Burton in the second round last year.
Crazy.
That's so confusing.
And they have that one guy whose last name is incredibly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Andre Ilyasova. Oh wait, no,
Yeah,
Oh
no,
no.
Andre. Yeah, it is
it's
Andre
definitely not
Ilyasova
Ilyasova.
or
It's
Ilyas.
it's something like that.
You're definitely combining Andre blah 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 and
For
I think
sure.
his name was Ursan Ilyasova, right?
Think so.
Hooper. Matthew definitely combined the names.
Andre Iguodala.
I want Iguodala.
Give me
Mars got the laser beam
Iguodala.
pointed at Earth. Fate of the universe. I want Iguodala. That's
Hot take. That's not a bad pick.
that's hot. That's bad. That's
Oh,
atrocious.
Andre
It's really not that
Yoshivas.
bad of a take,
Andre
That's
bro.
Yoshivas.
atrocious.
Yeah,
That's
Yoshi.
Steph
It's
Curry.
yeah, but Iguodala. It's like Sean Livingston in the mid range, man. He just don't miss.
He don't miss.
Steph Curry. Steph Curry's my favorite basketball player all time to watch. Not close.
LeBron.
LeBron's better than Curry, but like I could
Boom,
watch
boom, boom, boom.
Steph Curry play basketball every
Hit the
time.
roller still with the rollie on.
What he did in that what he did in that Olympics against France, the gold medal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fire. I think we're getting
He's like,
off
give me the
topic here,
basketball
boys.
and get the.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we are a little off. That's all right.
Another topic that I kind of want to get into, the Chicago Bears. This is kind of the last of what I have to say, and then we'll kind of talk about the Chiefs and what we think and stuff like that, and maybe
The
some
Bears.
free agents. But the Bears. So them drafting Colson Loveland at 10. How do we feel? Does anybody have any feelings about that?
Seemed weird. You have a guy
Good
like
pick.
Cole Kmet.
Yeah, that's what. See, they didn't use
mean-
him last year. That was so confusing to me.
I mean, they used Cole Kmet when they had Justin Fields out of nowhere. Caleb comes out and just stops using him, so they think that he wants new tight ends. Draft. I don't know. It just didn't really make sense to me at the time. O line or
Big dog.
defense or. Didn't really make sense because you could have drafted O line or defense or like something that like you actually needed. Because like Cole Kmet, he's not bad by any means.
Very
It's
serviceable. Very high end serviceable.
yeah, like he's top 12 tight end, top 10 maybe.
Easily.
So like
I think he's top 10 if you use him.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
I don't.
just I don't know. It just seemed very very weird. I like
It's-
everything else they did in the offseason. That sit right with me.
It's the Bears, so I don't want to get too high on them, just because it's the
Real.
Bears. But
Real.
like, dude, they got a chance to be good. I mean, they got a roster.
They really do.
They got
mean,
Swift.
they got a real
They
good
got Caleb
roster.
Williams. They got DJ Moore,
Yep.
Rome, Luther Burden.
I still
They got
cannot
Kmet
believe
and
that.
Colston Loveland. They got Joe Thuney from us.
Yep.
Like their O line's getting better.
Yep. They
Mhm.
got a
They
team,
still got
man.
great. They still got good defense. They got Sweat.
Speaking
But,
of
like,
teams
they also
that
got
could be
Grady
good.
Jarrett.
Yeah, they got a good team. Speaking of teams that could be good, the Panthers.
Tremaine Edmonds.
The Panthers.
Real.
I'm gonna throw their name out
Ed.
there. I'm gonna throw their name out there. I really, really like the Panthers this year. Signed
They might actually be able to win that division.
yeah, they have a really good wide receiver
division
room
sucks.
now, including Tet. They also signed, I think I saw Hunter Renfro. Y'all see that? Revival, baby. Give me
Yep.
that. They got Hunter Renfro and they
Third
have
and
Adam
Renfro.
Thielen. This is beautiful. They got the Coker. Shout out Coke fans. We love you. I'm a big Coker guy. I absolutely love Bryce Young. I saw what they did last year at the very
Wait,
end of the
Hunter
year.
Renfro,
Yeah.
the guy the
Hunter
Royals
Renfro.
DFA'd?
No.
No.
Raiders
Third and
owner.
Renfro, buddy.
I'm
Oh,
kidding. I'm
okay.
kidding.
You
Just
hurt my
joshing
brain
around.
there. I didn't like it. But yeah,
Wind down, buddy.
and then they have their running back is
Buccaneers
obviously
won.
Chuba Hubbard, and then they also signed the Rico Dowdle. Got Rico
They
Dowdle.
still got what? They still got what's his name that they drafted that didn't play.
Oh
running back.
yeah, I traded for him, Jonathan Brooks.
Jonathan
Man. He'll be good
Brooks,
in a few
yeah.
years,
Yeah.
I think, if he heals up well. But I feel you. Knee injury, I got you, bro. I feel you. Torn ACL is pretty much a week
Okay,
apart.
yours is from intramural flag football, buddy.
Hey, it's still football. Still football. It's still football.
That guy did an
Yeah,
SEC
okay.
football game.
Their defense is decent. I really like Bryce Young this year. Really like Bryce Young. I think he's gonna have.
They
a
got that
great
wide.
year.
They got the guy from Arizona too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First round pick.
he's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I really like the Buccaneers. Ibuka was a really interesting choice, but that pretty much proves he's going to be a part of their future. That's a really confident pick. It's not that it was like a shot in the dark taking Ibuka there, and people kind of hate on it. It was really interesting.
They're
pick.
never gonna win anything with Todd Bowles.
Yeah, I agree completely. But
Is he still there?
Yes.
yeah, he's still their head coach.
Yeah, they're never gonna win anything with Todd Bowles.
No, they're not.
The age of a defensive minded coach is gone.
It's over. You got.
I don't think you.
Offense.
I don't think you. I don't know if you can have a defensive minded unless you have a really good offensive coordinator. Like with the Lions, I think that works.
Yeah, works out great.
They have Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Not
But-
anymore.
We'll see how it's gonna work out.
Not
this year.
anymore.
A little worried for him.
He's in Chicago.
He is
Yeah, Jared Goff could start struggling a little bit.
good.
He's
I don't
going
think.
to.
Man, I know he puts
I
up good
think-
stats, but I don't think Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback. I don't think he is.
Not at all. Heck no. I don't even think he's top 12. I think he's maybe 13, 14. I don't think it's a bad presumption to put him there, but I don't think, especially without Ben Johnson, a lot of his touchdowns were kind of those drawn up, get a receiver open through some crazy offensive lineman running down the field or, something crazy like that, and then somebody's wide open. And that's a throw. That's not a Jared Goff thing.
They lost their defensive coordinator too, the Lions.
Yep, Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that
in New
uh,
York.
Lions
I'm
might
so
take a
excited
step
for New
back.
York.
that divisional game, obviously minus the 4. That's gonna be who the Lions are this year. I do not have very high hopes. Obviously, their rosters.
I bet they'll be like
win
they'll
their
be like
division, but
10-7, 11-6.
I was thinking like
I like
9
12
and
and 5.
8, 10, 7.
I like 12 and 5. I think they still have
That
the
defense is atrocious
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
outside of Aiden Hutchinson, bro, and Kirby. But
Which
I
we'll
mean,
see.
like,
We'll see how. I
Hutchinson's
mean,
not.
Aiden Hutchinson's great, but we'll see how he comes after this. How it comes.
they
back.
should have They should have
That's
traded
so
for
dirty.
Max Crosby. They should have traded for Max Crosby, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a rough
I'd
scene
love
out in
Max
Detroit. I
Crosby
think
in
they're
a
still
Chiefs
gonna have.
uniform.
They're still gonna be pretty decent.
It'll never happen.
Another team, Jair just signed with the Ravens. How much help does he need? Oh my God!
Doesn't matter because he'll still throw for 2 interceptions in the divisional round and get home.
Yeah.
Still
So,
better
I
than
mean,
yeah,
Patrick
I'm not
Mahomes,
worried.
so.
I'm not worried about Baltimore.
Neither am I.
Until they can.
Only team I will ever be worried about
is Bills.
Bills, and if they make the playoffs, it's Cincinnati.
See,
Bengals was
the
the only two
Ravens
teams
are literally just a team full of losers. That's what they are. They've all just continuously
For real.
lost. They've never won anything big. They can't do it. Jair never won a Super Bowl. Couldn't get there. Lamar, Mark Andrews, all these guys, they're all just lining up. Roquan Smith, they cannot win that game. Roquan with the Bears, they couldn't get it done. Lost in the whatever it's called. It's rough. The Ravens are just not a team that knows how to win the big game. They just aren't.
Shout out DeAndre Hopkins. You made it, but didn't do shit to get there. So
He's with the Ravens now,
he's
right?
with the Ravens.
Yeah, they never know how to win. Exactly my point. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally just a team of losers. That's exactly what
Almost
they
like that
are. They've
flash shot
never
him out.
won anything. Derrick Henry could never get there. Always lost to the Chiefs. It's an entire team filled of losers. They're all losers. They don't know how to win. I hate the Ravens. I will say it on my grave for the rest of my life. They talk all that crap the entire year, and they can never win the big game. They cannot get there. No matter the player, no matter who has the ball, either Zay Jones is going to fumble, either Lamar Jackson's going to throw a
Zay
big-time
Jones.
interception.
Zay Flowers.
Yeah, it is Zay Flowers.
Zay
Right?
Flowers. You said Zay Jones.
Oh, I said Zay Jones. Zay Flowers. Sorry, I'm ranting right now. Zay Flowers is going to fumble. Lamar's going to throw a pick. Mark Andrews is going to drop a football. Derrick Henry's always going to be that guy, but he has never been able to beat the Chiefs besides in the regular season, and it's still never going to happen. Jair could never beat the Chiefs. Marlon Humphrey can never beat the Chiefs. They all are losers, and I stand on that. That's it. Thank you for joining my TED Talk.
Agreed. Until Lamar can
That was
show.
not my hands clapping, by the way.
Until Lamar. Until Lamar can show that he can win a big game. I'm not a believer.
I mean, let's just go through
He
their
hasn't won-
roster.
He hasn't
Let's
won
go
a
through
big
their
game
coaches.
yet. He won one. He beat the Bills to play us in the AFC Championship game, then lost. So, I mean, really, we're starting to count divisional games as big games.
Cooper Rush could never
It,
win
it
the
is
big
for
game.
anybody that isn't the Chiefs.
It's true.
Okay, Matt, we
DeAndre
get it. The
Hopkins
Ravens are full of
lost.
losers. We get it. We
Ravens
get it. We 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 get it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
We get it.
Speaking
promise.
of
All right,
losers,
we want to talk about
let's
Chiefs.
go to the Bills. Sean McDermott, he's a loser.
A terrorist.
Yep, Sean McDermott is the reason the Bills cannot win the big game. It's not the players.
Definitely not
promise
the
that.
players.
Who else do you wanna
Unlike
talk
the
about?
Ravens and the Bengals, Bills, it's all about the coaching. Ravens and Bengals, they lose because players, dumbasses.
Bills coaching staff sucks.
McDermott is not a good coach. Some
So-
free agents. Yeah, Jackson, go. You're good.
Real quick, this is going to be very quick. I want to just throw this out there. Very, very, very early. Very early. Before training camp even starts. What are we thinking? Just off of the rosters currently right now.
Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That's rough.
We got to do one very early.
Hold on.
Until they show me that they aren't gonna make the Super Bowl, I'm gonna say the Chiefs. There's no point in saying anybody else.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I mean, I think
I have there's a really, really funny. Did anybody ever see that thing about the Panthers and like how they've been to a Super Bowl? Hold on.
They're not making the Super Bowl.
Okay. Listen to this. The Panthers have had good luck when they start their season against the Jaguars. 2003 Week 1 versus the Jaguars, Super Bowl. 2015 Week 1 versus Jacksonville, Super Bowl. They start this year against the Jaguars.
Obviously it's the Chiefs. I'm always going to have the Chiefs representing the AFC until Patrick Mahomes. It's going to be the Chiefs. This is probably the most well-rounded team we've had offensively and defensively. Got Rasheed back. Hollywood hopefully doesn't get Xavier Worthy going into year 2. Travis Kelce says he's better than he did last year. O-line's hopefully going to play better. I obviously have representing the AFC. The NFC is a little tough because the Eagles did lose a lot of people. Niners lost a lot of people. Lions lost coaches and people.
Oh, yeah.
I think representing the NFC is going to be the Washington Commanders. I think it'll be a Chiefs versus Commanders Super Bowl.
Okay, I found it. So listen to this. So I looked it up on Safari, and it's a true theory. A theory suggests the Carolina Panthers are Super Bowl bound based on past trends and coinciding events. This theory links the Panthers' Super Bowl appearances in 2003 and 2015 to Ohio State's national championships, the Panthers' opening game against the Jaguars, and Jennifer Lopez's past divorces. So listen to this. In 2003 and in 2015, the Ohio State they
J-Lo into
won.
this?
Yeah, in 2003 and 2015, Ohio State won the national championship. The next year, the Panthers played the Jaguars and went to the Super Bowl. That happened in 2003 and 2015. Jennifer Lopez in 2003 and 2015 got a divorce. This last year, the Ohio
I mean,
State
she gets a
national
divorce every 2 years.
the I know that's what I'm saying, but in 2003 and in 2015 she had divorces. The Ohio State won the national championship last year, and Jennifer Lopez filed for divorce last year. This year, the Jaguars open up against the Panthers. I mean, against the against the Panthers.
We do not care.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
That's wild.
Dude, I don't believe in that kind of
So
stuff.
I'm gonna say and throw it out there
You're gonna
that the Carolina
you're gonna say
Panthers are going to the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Who's winning?
Kansas City Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs beating the Packers in the Super Bowl.
Hackers. Bunch of wide
Pack,
receiver
go.
threes. He said, "Go Pack, go." I'm glad that we're all off the Eagles 49ers.
Maybe the Rams do it.
The Rams are. I don't even know what to think of the Rams at this point.
Jackson, who's
All
your
right,
take
go
for
on.
Super Bowl?
Chiefs Commanders.
We do not care.
I like that. That's what I was gonna pick, but I want to pick something different. All right, let's talk about the Chiefs. And
Yeah,
maybe
let's
wrap
talk about
this
the
up.
Chiefs. So, just an overall kind of, how are we feeling about the Chiefs? How do we think about the wide receiver room? Like, what do we think about the offense? Travis Kelce, all kind of started off. I'm really content with this wide receiver room, especially with Rasee not receiving a suspension this year. We'll definitely get a big one next year, but that also gives Jalen Royals time to kind of get his feet wet and understand the offense and figure things out, because Jalen Royals is really good. If you've watched his tape, if you've seen him play, I really liked the guy. What he played at Utah State, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I liked watching him. I'm obviously, you guys know, I sports bet, so I watched him a lot. He had really good feet. He knows how to run around. He's very Rasheed-like. So it's good adding a receiver that can do that. It's kind of what we said about McCole Hardman too, but at least we're not in a situation like that. Jalen Royals was, what, a third, fourth round pick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got that. That's really good. Travis Kelce definitely aging. That's definitely going to be a big topic coming up in the next few weeks. Kind of get that out of the way, and then you have the running back room, like we said, Rashad Smith. I really like that pickup. We also have Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, so the backfield's pretty deadly. Obviously you have Mahomes, but I think the offensive line is kind of the biggest question this year. What are we going to do with it? Anybody else have anything to say?
Chiefs
My
by a
only-
million.
Agreed. My only worry about the Chiefs is fatigue. Like, to go to 3 straight Super Bowls and be like that close
Yeah.
to a three-peat and losing in that way. Like, there's a good story of before they were Super Bowls, they were NFL championship. Vince Lombardi for the Packers won 3 straight. They won 3 straight NFL championships, and after they won 3 straight NFL championships, he retired because he was so mentally drained. And like, that's my only worry with this team. Is like,
Yeah.
can you just like at one point like are they just gonna get bored, man?
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say like regular season games, like you got a Sunday noon game against the Atlanta
Our schedule's
Falcons or
low-key so
whoever,
fire, I'm not gonna lie.
like I don't know how much drive and like determination they're gonna have. Like
Yeah.
that's gotta be
Yeah.
That's a big topic to bring up,
it's
especially
tough.
Kelsey. Like that kind of ties in the entire Kelsey because we saw it with Kelsey last year. That man was tired. You could see it on him every single game. You could see it on
I
him,
mean,
especially in the Super Bowl.
if you think about it, since we've gotten Mahomes, we've been to 5 Super Bowls and 7 AFC Championship games. We're playing like 3 to 4 extra games a season than other teams are playing, and you
Yeah.
do that for 6, 7 years in a row.
6, 7.
I just been waiting on a highway.
You do that for 7 years in a row. That's 21 more games. That's a whole more season that you have on your knees, you have on your brain, you have
Well,
in
especially
your
this
ankle.
the
Like
like
that's tough.
situation you're
Like
in playing in those games. People are hitting you hard.
high
People,
stress.
yeah, high stress games. People get hurt all the time in those games. Like a really good one to look back at was the 49ers guy jumping around, all excited, ready to get on the field. The second he takes one step back, he tears his Achilles.
Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah, Dre Greenlaw. It's a good example of that happening. Like, you see these guys and you see the injuries that some of them get in these Super Bowl games, and a lot of them are non-contact and kind of dumb injuries. Like people like falling on the sidelines or just like shit like that. Like, that's the biggest thing with having so many games, and they want to add more. Did you see that? Somebody was arguing for an 18th game or like a 19th or something like that. Like, what are we doing here? If we're gonna do that, you
They
better
got
give them 3
they
bye
gotta do
weeks.
another
Go
bye
6,
week.
12, and then 18. Like, you got to give them a lot of time, and I like it because that extends the season and we get to watch more football. But I mean, that's gonna decrease the years of a lot of those guys. So that's just my take on it.
All
Anyways.
as long as the NFL makes is the Sunday before what is it in February? Not Labor Day. What's the holiday in February?
Valentine's Day. Oh.
Definitely not that. It's where you get off work.
It's not Memorial Day.
It's not Memorial Day. What am I thinking?
Not.
It's the day
Wow.
everybody gets off work. Everybody gets off work. Banks are closed. It's a Monday. It's every Monday.
President's Day.
President's Day. Yes. As long as they make that Super Bowl Sunday, because right now it's a week before President's Day. If they make that Super Bowl Sunday the day before President's Day, perfect.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
The Monday after the Super Bowl is statistically the day in the year where the most amount of people take off work.
Yeah. So just save everybody the time and put it after or the day before President's Day.
I say keep the same amount of games. Add another teams get 2 bye weeks. Now,
I
because
like
now
that,
all the international games are doing, like teams are playing in Brazil, the UK, Germany.
A lot more traveling.
Yeah, I'd say keep the games. Add another bye week. Teams get 2 bye weeks.
Especially adding another game a few years ago too. Now you're traveling across the country as well. That's asking a lot on the guys that you're paying. All right, everybody. This was the Boys Talking Ball podcast. Thank you for tuning in with Matthew Rekoff, Joseph Steele, and Jackson McMahon.
La 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 lava.
Lava.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Steve's
Hold
lava
on, hold
chicken
on, hold on,
gets
hold on,
tasty
hold
as
on.
Tasty
hell.
as hell.
Ooh,